All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
Hey, I want to start out by giving all glory and praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai by Shem Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors to the elders and apostles for teaching us this truth. Peace and blessings to the brothers pushing the word throughout the four corners. Peace and blessings to the elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. I'm the brother Karab from the GMS Memphis camp. To my right.
I'm the brother Thamaya.
In the back.
I'm the brother Kodash.
Yeah, man, we're coming at you with pretty much a beautiful lesson going into compromising the truth leads to death, right? Compromising the truth leads to death. So the brother gonna get the AI definition. We're gonna get precepts, get some videos, one article. Lord willing, you be edified.
This is from the AI overview, and it says when a person compromises. It says AI overview. It says a person compromises when they make concessions or sacrifices to reach an agreement, particularly in a negotiation or disagreement. This can involve giving up something they initially wanted to achieve a mutually acceptable outcome. Compromise can also mean to expose oneself to harm, risk, or discredit.
Right, hey, harm, risk, and discredit, man. But here it is, you're sacrificing something. What are you sacrificing? That was one of the things that it said in that definition. One of the words, it said sacrificing. Meaning, hey, you're doing an unrighteous sacrifice, man.
Yeah.
And what you're ultimately sacrificing, your inheritance, where you come from, you know. Ultimately, the law, statutes, and commandments, if you're an Israelite, if you're a Negro, Latino, Native American, and Indians, your whole duty is to keep the commandments and fear the Lord. That's for every Israelite on earth, man. No matter rich or poor. That's who you glory in. You glory in Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. But when you're compromising, hey, that ultimately, that's when you know that you're an Israelite, right? And you pretty much just compromise it. Mainly dealing with the pastors, man. You pork chop pastors. And you guys that call yourself Israelites wearing these fringes, wearing the purple and gold or whatever color you like, just to be seen of men. Hey, you're compromising. You know? We're going to go ahead and get that trim. Why trimmest thy ways to seek love?
Yeah.
And then we're going to go into Jeremiah 23.
This is Jeremiah chapter 2 and verse 33.
Right.
Why trimmest thy way to seek love? Therefore, it says, therefore hast thou also taught the wicked ones thy ways.
Why trimmest thy way to seek love, O Israel? You know? You pork chop pastors, why you trimming your ways to seek love from the people? And then guess what? Your deeds have compassed the wicked, man. You even teaching, hey, you teaching other nations how to overthrow us, man.
Yeah.
See, according to Judah 5:17, if we depart from our power, if we depart from Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai, who the word equally called God and Jesus Christ, we fall, man. We fall grievously, horribly. And who are we falling into? The hands of our enemies. Esau, number one, chiefly, if you look up Psalms 83rd chapter, number one, chiefly Esau Edom. We in his ruler seat, man. What it say is given into the power of his hands, Micah 2:1. He's able to orchestrate these things, right? He turned everything out of course. He the reason why we're proverbs and bywords in this wicked kingdom. And what you do, you go and you help this man. You taught the heathen your ways. And that's proven all through history, man. Even dealing with the Native Americans. Yeah. You had some traitors, man. That's the term for them, traitors. Those who go against the grain.
Yeah.
You know? And fast forward in today's time, you going against the grain for filthy lucre's sake, for money. Hey, and that comes with a heavy judgment. That's it, Kodash?
I had that word traitor if you want me to get it.
You can get it.
This is traitor in the online etymology, and it says 1200th century. It says one who betrays any trust or duty, a tempter. It says treacherous or untrustworthy person. Also,
hey, what it say? in Ezekiel 3:17, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Give them warning from me. Warn them that they turn from their wicked ways. But what the pastors doing, they doing the opposite of that. You see? They telling you that you're gonna have a prosperous year. They telling you that Sejere is a white god. You know? The God of the Bible is white. He's not a so-called black man. There is no mark of the beast. There is no Jacob's trouble. Everybody gonna be saved. Come as you are. All these things pretty much is leading you down to destruction, man. The Lord have not sent those pastors, man. He have not.
Yeah.
But yet they go out and they prophesy these unrighteous decrees, man. You know? You're supposed to warn the people. The enemy is about to approach us. The enemy is Esau Edom. He's about to come like a madman sparing none when he bring out that MOTB, that MIG chip. And you need that vital information. You need those things to know how to pretty much what it say to dodge the fiery darts of the wicked.
Yeah.
In Ephesians.
Yep.
You got to be able to escape the fiery darts of the wicked, man. And how you going to do that? Jeremiah 3:15. The Lord going to set up pastors according to his heart, which should feed you with knowledge and understanding, man.
Yeah.
All right, so you can get that
Precept.
Jeremiah. What you got? Get it.
Matthew.
Mm-hmm.
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 24.
Right.
It said, "No man can serve two masters."
Ooh, that was in the clutch. I had that.
For real?
Yeah,
I'm
I had
jumping the
that
gun.
queued up. But
I'm
nah,
jumping the
get it.
gun.
Get it.
So like,
You know, but also get it in the
I got you in the other translation.
get in the other translation, AMP or the NLT. Cause I think it's one of them, John. I think it's the AMP though. Get it, you got it, bro.
This is Matthew chapter 6, verse 24.
Mm-hmm.
It said, "No man can serve two masters.
Right.
For either he will hate the one
Mm-hmm.
and love the other,
Mm-hmm.
or else he will hold to the one
Mhm.
and despise the other. You cannot serve the Most High and Mammon."
Right. Because what it say, for the love of money is the root of all evil,
Yeah.
and the gift destroyeth the heart.
Yeah.
So here it is when you getting these gifts and you getting these backdoor deals to deceive our people, but to keep your pockets full.
Yep.
You're a traitor, man. You're a disgust. Hey, the Lord is disgusted with your behavior, man. What it say? There's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. The eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. When we teach this truth, man, we make sure that we're true to ourselves, but also true to that word, man, that's being pushed.
Yeah.
You know, this is not just us doing wordplay, man.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of you pastors gonna go down, because y'all trying to be motivational speakers instead of just teaching the truth.
Exactly.
That's why y'all gonna end up just being brought low, man. You know, and y'all gonna be tortured, and y'all gonna be punished for speaking out those lies, man. Being a traitor.
Yeah. And they don't even have to come out and say it. And say they took the bad. They'd signed the 501c3. You could just see it through their works. Like it says, a tree shall be known by its fruits. So we see that these leaders of Israelites, these other Israelites group, they took the bad. These pastors, they took the bad. Cause they is not telling you who you are. Then declaring, making public the name of the Lord, the Heavenly Father and His Son. You can just see it through their works. So they trying to like play monkey in the middle, trying to serve mammon, which is money, and also serve the Lord.
Right.
And the Lord letting you know, man, you cannot serve me and money. You cannot serve me in this world. You gonna have to pick a side. As the scripture say, who will rise up for me for the evildoers?
Right.
So you might trying to be loved of this world, and the Lord have enmity with this world.
Right. And that's an oxymoron.
Yeah.
You know, you can get it. Get James 4:4. Because that's the problem with these pastors. They want the approval and the praise of the world.
Yeah.
The Lord said, before honor come humility. Y'all ain't went through nothing, man. You pastors ain't been humiliated. You ain't offering your body a living sacrifice.
Exactly.
You know? These leaders, no matter what leader it can be a rapper, it can be a singer, it can be an actor. It don't matter, man. They are part of that category of leaders, man. Because hey, whatever you get inspiration from, man. But if it ain't the God-fearing men, they go out there and they preach that word with sincere and with fear, then hey, all the rest of it is just darkness, man.
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
This is James chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteress.
Hey,
No.
and that's the reason why the Lord called us, called not us, but the nation of Israel, adulterers and adulteress, man. Because every day our people commit spiritual adultery.
Yep.
They commit physical and spiritual, you know? And who's mainly in the midst of that? The leaders. These so-called leaders, man. What they be doing behind closed doors, swapping wives and all types of stuff, man. Pegatron. All types of things, man. That's why, hey, it's more than just teaching, man. You got to actually walk this word. You got to walk it and talk it. Then you make faith perfect when you're doing the actions and the things that pleases Yahweh Shema Shah. You got it.
This is James chapter 4, verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteress,
Right.
know ye not that the friendship of this world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore will be friends of the world is an enemy of the Most High.
So if you be friends of this world, if you love the approval of men, hey, you an enemy to Yahweh Shema Shah. You know?
Yeah.
That's why the Lord said, hey, beware of the Pharisees, man. For the outside, they dig the outside of the cup, but the inside of the cup is just defiled.
Yeah.
They unstable in the mind, man. But that's what happens when you take that bag, man. That's what happens when you do the work deceitfully. Get that Jeremiah 23. And then, hey, had that video ready, Baba Kashai. Or, you know what, I got it. I got that video. Yeah, just had that pastor article, man. That judgment.
This is Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pastor, said the Lord Yahweh.
Right.
Therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh.
And the Lord pastor and sheep is Israel. What it say? I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. See how people, a sheep is a simple animal,
Yeah.
but it gotta have the right shepherd. If they have the wrong shepherd, man, hey, that shepherd don't care about the sheep. You know?
Yeah.
They don't care because they a wolf, man. They come to the divide, tear, rip up, destroy. You know? You got guys out there talking about we're gonna stay here another 1,000 years. You trying to trouble the faith of the elect, man. Hey, it ain't gonna happen. That's why the Lord punishing those men. Because it's not what goes in the man that defiles him, it what comes out of him.
Yeah.
The Lord hold a man according to his words. And that's what Jeremiah 23 really going into. Warn to you, pastors, man. Woe means destruction. Because you don't care about the elect of the nation of Israel. You're not enduring things for the elect's sake. You're trying to get the love from everybody, man. And then when the first sign of trouble come, you're gonna be the one running, man. What type of leader is you?
Yeah.
You got it, bro.
It said, therefore, thus said the Lord Yahweh, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings,
Right.
said the Lord Yahweh. I will gather the remnant of my flocks out of all the countries whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their foes.
Right.
And they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more. Nor
And
be
we should fear no more what, man? No more fear of those false messages. No more being get that giant, Kodash. Get that giant. You know what I was finna go. Because see, only way a person can fear is if they when it comes to teaching them and feeding them, is if they pretty much just being tossed to and fro. Tossed to and fro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way how somebody can be dismembered in the mind and confused and, you know?
Yeah.
What it say, an evil suspicion overthrow their judgment? That's that evil suspicion, man, because guess what? It's what that person is telling them. You got it out.
This is this is Ephesians 4:14,
Mm-hmm.
and it says that we henceforth be no more children, tossed to and fro, and carried about with every wind of doctrine,
Right.
by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness, whereby
Mhm.
they lie in wait to deceive.
Right. They line their way to deceive, man. They crafty, man.
Mm.
You see? That's the problem with these men, man. Their motives are off, man. You know? Like what David said in Psalms 26. He said, hey, try my reins. Test me, Lord. Try my spirit. Test me to see if I'm really all about you, man. You know, excuse me. Test me and see that I'm really all about you. Look at my heart. You see? And that's pretty much what these men, they don't consider. They're not mindful of those things, man. You got it, Thon.
I got a precept right quick.
You got it.
This is Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
O Israel, thy
Right.
prophets are like a fox in the desert.
Mm.
Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made an hedge of the house of Israel to stand in the battle of the day of the Lord.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, get that in the what I got there from yesterday, AMP.
Yeah,
Get that in the AMP. Just read verse 5 through 7 in the AMP.
If I may add up.
You got it, brother.
Yeah, bro. Cause like you said, you know, you have not gone up into the gaps. You know, that's like, you know, going out into the highways and hedges, man. You know, these church pastors, you know, they not, you know, like you said, you know, they not out in the streets warning and teaching. You know what I'm saying, as to what is to come. You know.
Yeah.
You know, and even with these other camps, man, you know, they go out, you know what I'm saying, when it feels good. You know, the men of Great Millstone, you know, they go out, you know, in season and out of season,
Man.
you know.
And we feed you that whole roll.
Yeah.
We ain't feeding you a piece of the roll. We ain't cutting it in half. We giving you the whole plate.
Yeah, the bitter and the sweet.
The bitter and the sweet, man. And both of them are beneficial to your body.
Yeah.
You know? You good,
This
brother.
is Ezekiel chapter 13,
Verse 5 through 7.
verse 5. It said, Ye have not gone up into the gaps or the breaches. Nope.
What version you reading that of?
This is Ezekiel chapter 13, verse 5 in the AMP.
Mm-hmm.
It says, Ye have not gone up into the gaps or breaches.
Oh, Salakia. Go to the MSG. The water, Kodash. Yeah, I got you reading it in the AMP. I meant MSG. You good, brother. That was on
This
me.
is Ezekiel chapter 13, verse. Boy, it's hard to. They ain't got no number. They ain't got no numbers on here.
Yeah. You pretty much just gotta which mainly I be having it on mine because I know which numbers I be at. So let me go to mine. Ezekiel 13, Bible tool. You gotta use the Bible tool. Yeah, the Bible tool gonna have them numbers on the side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just for brothers. This is Ezekiel 13, and I'm gonna start at verse what was it? Was it 13?
Yeah,
1
13.
through 9.
Okay.
5. Start at 5.
Alright. This is the water, brother. I'm gonna start at 4. Shoot. Let's start at 1, man. Hey, this is Ezekiel 13 and 1 in the MSG. Yeah, how about Shema message came to me? Son of man, preach against the prophets of Israel who are making things up out of their own heads and calling it prophesying. You know? So here it is, your prophet your pastor can mislead you. A lot of the pastors during the lockdown was having you paying for prayers. Some of these Israelite camps got you talking about paying for a Hebrew name.
Dang.
You know? Putting you on subscriptions. It say buy the truth, sell it not. You know? And then a lot of your pastors was encouraging y'all to go take the jump shot, the sticky Vicky, man. And then a lot of your pastors out here throwing pillows at you at church. Just look it up, man. I can keep going all day. The pastor that spit on his hand and rubbed the face on that Jake.
Yeah.
You remember that, man? That was disgusting. That was a disgusting act, man. The woman that go in church, I haven't had no sex. You know? It's a joke in church, man. Church is more of an entertainment system. Get that in Acts, man. What is it? Acts 7:48. I'm going to keep reading. Hold that. This is Ezekiel 13:1, verse 3 in the MSG. Yahweh Shemawashah, the master, pronounces doom on the empty-headed prophets who do their own thing and know nothing of what's going on. Your prophets are like the jackal scavengers through the ruins. It means you find nothing, man. You know? You got to stay away from men like that. They got nothing within them. They don't have the knowledge. There's no light in them. You know? This is about your salvation. Is a serious business, man. It's the most important business out of the whole planet Earth. And you have to understand how to properly get saved, man. And what the Lord is requiring of you. And if you don't have the right shepherds and the right leaders, hey, man, you ultimately going to perish.
Yeah.
You're going to get caught in that judgment because they're not properly preparing you, which is going to make you pretty much have a poor performance in the end days.
Yeah. They're supposed to be building you in the faith. Like when hard times come, man, all these other Israelites groups, these church houses, they're gonna fold.
Yep.
And you see that, like with that little minor situation with the CVID.
Right.
Man, when that CVID hit, man, I'm pretty sure all these Christians was, man, talking about I have faith in the Lord, I trust in the Lord. But man, when that CVID hit, man, how many people went down there to that medical place and took the jump shot?
In the name of Christianity.
Yeah, in the name of
Right.
Jesus.
Right.
I don't
Jesus.
like saying that.
Right. In the
Jesus,
name of Jesus, man. You know, because that's a false name. That's a false image, and that image is a demonic. It's a demonic image, man.
Yeah.
Pushing forth a vibration of love. Love is keeping the commandments. Love is obeying the Lord. You know. Hey, going back, Ezekiel 13:5 in the MSG. They haven't lifted a finger to repair the defense of the city and have risked nothing to help Israel stand on Yahweh Shemawashah's day of judgment. That's why, going back, we endure all things for the elect's sake, because we making our bodies a living sacrifice according to Romans 12:1. When we go out there, that's why Elder Malcolm will start listening off of the men risking their lives and freedom to do so. Hey, that's a heavy startup, man, because that's what we're doing every day. We risking our lives to go preach that message, man. To tell our enemy that his kingdom is gonna go down, man. We're doing the work. We're trying to repair. We're grabbing work. We in the millstone. That's why we great millstone, man. That's why a lot of you other camps hate us. Because we actually in that vineyard doing that work, and you niggas ass, man. You niggas ain't doing shit. Excuse my language, man, but you get mad because you have that fervent love for the elect, man.
Yeah.
You want people to learn the actual true way.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get the anybody got something? Cause I'm gonna get this.
7:48.
Yeah, get that Acts 7:48 and I'm gonna get this video.
This-
Where we at, verse 4?
Yeah. You just want to drop it?
You know what? Go to that. Finish it. Call it and read it.
It's back at Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 4. And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them. And they shall not fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, said the Lord Yahweh.
Hey, so they're not gonna be lacking, man. They're gonna be properly prepared, man, to prevent them from their poor performance, man. You see? You got it, Quadash.
Con. This is Acts 7 and 48. This is
Jeremiah
Acts
40
7
and
and
10.
48, and it says, "Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet."
Read the next verse.
Verse 49, "Heaven is my throne,
Mhm.
and earth is my footstool.
Mhm.
What house will ye build me?"
And that's why the Lord don't deal with you church houses, man. You know, y'all at the point where y'all damn near just masons at this point. You know, y'all just wicked. You know, you got the damn colorful. You know, they deceive you with the entertainment, with the allurement of colors and things, man.
Yeah.
You know, you got the shiny windows, you got the speakerphone,
Yeah.
you got the colorful suits and robes, and got women in the churches, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another downfall, man. That's how Pegatron downfall, man. That's how he feel. Got his head up a woman's ass, man. Women shouldn't be in the churches, man. This is serious business. We getting everybody ready for the arrival of Yahweh Shah. You women need a man of the Lord. Your prophets, your prophets and your pastors should be telling you these things, man. Joel Osteen, T.D. Snakes, they should be telling you these things if they call themselves pastors, leaders. But they're not. They welcoming everybody and doing everything, man. It's a cesspool, man. It's a all-you-can-eat wickedness at a church.
Yeah.
But they tell you on boards in the hood, man. I know where the hoes at.
Mm-hmm.
They said where? College? No. Church.
Praise.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't that man ain't lying, man. The most whoredoms and the most fornication and things that go on really goes on in them churches.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that was it on that.
Let me play this video.
Ways to own us. In 1712, they created the house Negro, not to be free, but to keep the rest of us in chains. He ate what the master ate, wore what the master wore, and loved the plantation because he got to sleep in the big house.
Their loyalty wasn't to us. It was to power, to whiteness, to survival, at our expense. By the 1900s, they gave them a new name, the Black Boule.
They handpicked scholars, preachers, activists, gave them titles, degrees, and a seat at the table, as long as they never flipped the table. Then came the 1940s. They expanded the program.
Actors, singers, athletes, dancers, all sold the same lie. You're special, you're chosen. Just entertain and keep the rest of them asleep.
And it worked. Today, the house Negro wears designer, drives foreign, signs NDAs and million-dollar contracts.
They're told, if black folks get free, you lose the bag. This isn't evolution. It's a polished plantation, run by faces that look just like yours.
We stay dropping knowledge bombs. This is the...
Go ahead, get that precept I called for a thumb.
This is Jeremiah.
Get that Maccabees.
Chapter 48, verse 10. Cursed be he that does the work of the Lord deceitfully.
Cursed be he that does the work of the Lord deceitfully, man. So here it is, man. The Lord set up pastors according to his heart, but then you got this devil, Esau Edom, right? Setting up his pastors on the left-hand side, his leaders.
Yeah.
You see? And you notice the Lord taking out his leaders left and right.
Yeah.
What it say? There's nothing you can do for the truth but for the truth. He even called some of his leaders that Esau Edom got, the self-proclaimed white man that he set up and give money to lie to the Negro, Latino, Native Americans, and Indians. Some of the leaders he has set up, sometimes they go against the grain. Hence Nick Cannon. Hence Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
But ultimately, it's the Lord controlling the heart of man. The king's heart is in the hands of the Lord. And hey, the Lord direct man's steps, man. You see? Let me get that. Let me get Proverbs right quick. This Proverbs, is it 2024? Yep. This Proverbs 20 and 24. Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?
Yeah.
You see? So, hey, the Lord, what did it say? He deal with the cards, man.
Yeah.
You know? We might try to shuffle the deck, but it's the Lord who play the cards, man. Every time. You can't do nothing against the truth, but for the truth, man. Shoot, a elect member might hear Kyrie Irving say something or hear a celebrity say something, and it might inspire them to wake up to Yahweh Shem Shah.
Yeah.
Find their way to their door, man. That's it.
Yeah, that was it on
That's
that.
why the scripture say, curse the man that handled the work of the Lord deceitfully, man. Hey, you got to be true in spirit, man. You see? You got to be real sincere when it comes to feeding the elect of the nation of Israel, man. Being a leader and a prophet is a heavy job. You got it, Kodash. Bring that out because that video was heavy. You know, a lot of them compromised to the enemy, sacrifice their what they know and their morals and character to pretty much join hands with the wicked.
Yeah.
You see? You got it, you got it.
I got a quick one right quick. But we ain't never got this.
Bring it out.
This is Titus chapter 1, verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
Unto the pure, all things are pure.
Right.
But unto them that are defiled and unbelieving,
Mm-hmm.
is nothing pure.
Right. Nothing pure in these prophets, man. These false prophets. They teach you lies. They're not telling you about the mark of the beast. They're not informing you about the mixed chip. They're not telling you about Jacob's trouble, famine, the crash of the dollar, World War III.
Yeah.
These things are important, man. It's not all candy, Skittles. They're not even telling you about the day of the Lord's coming, man. How dreadful and fearful that's going to be. They're not even telling you about the chariots, who the word Igley calls them UFOs. They're not even telling you about those salvation vehicles, man.
Yeah.
They just telling you everybody can be saved. John 3:16 and close the book, man. No, you're doing it deceitfully. So guess what? Nothing is pure within you, man. You are defiled, man, and all defilement leads to death. You got it out.
It said, but even their minds and conscience is defiled.
Mm-hmm.
They profess that they know the Most High,
Right.
but in works they deny Him.
Not my God. Keep going.
It said they profess that they know the Most High, but in works they deny Him, being abominable and disobedient unto every good works, reprobates.
Mm-hmm. Reprobates, man. What is a reprobate? Reprobate is look it up in the Google. Look up what a reprobate is, man. Because a lot of these pastors and people that's trying to lead our people, these false pastors, they're reprobates. You got it, bro.
Internet ain't working.
Oh, you good, man.
You got it?
Yeah, man, I got it. You got it, bro?
Yeah.
You know which one? Mm-hmm. It's in the Google.
This is Google. For the word reprobate, it says a sinner who is not of the elect.
Say it louder, brother. Say it louder.
It says a sinner who is not of the elect and
Mhm.
is predestined to damnation.
Ooh.
Yep.
It say a sinner, but when you go into the number one though, start at the top. Start at the number one, then jump to number two.
Yeah, it says in number one for the word reprobate in the Google dictionary.
Mm-hmm.
It says an unprecedented. It says
No.
an unprincipled
Yup.
person,
Mm-hmm.
often used humorously or
Uh-huh.
affectionately.
Humorously and affectionately.
Yeah, humorous.
Uh-huh.
Humorous.
Yup.
Humorously or affectionately.
Keep going.
It says a sinner who is not of the elect
Mm-hmm.
and is predestined to damnation.
Right. And when you go into unprincipled, it goes into in the New Oxford American Dictionary, go to of a person, their behavior not acting in accordance with moral principles, man. You see? So here it is. They talk a good game, but their behavior is off track. What it say? Much as these people speak with their draw to me with their lips, yet their heart is far from me, man.
Yeah.
You know? Get that. You done with that? Okay, Titus? Keep going. Or is it verse 11?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for.
You
Yeah.
got it, you got it.
This is Titus chapter 1, start at 10.
Mm-hmm.
For there are many unruly, and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
Mm-hmm. Especially those that know that they are Israelites.
Yup.
You should be beaten with many stripes. You got it, bro.
It said, whose mouths must be stopped,
Mm-hmm.
who subvert whole houses,
Mm-hmm.
teaching things which they are not, which they are not, for filthy lucre's sake.
Right, so their mouths got to be stopped, man. And it is going to be stopped. You can't be out here just teaching whatever you want to. You're not going to do the work of the Lord any type of way, man. That comes with a heavy judgment, man.
Yeah.
I got one for you.
Get it, bro.
Real quick. 'Cause like you said, you know, mouths must be stopped. This is an account in Jeremiah. What was it? Jeremiah 28. Yep. Let me get that jump real quick. This is Jeremiah 28, and we bring this out all the time. Jeremiah 28 and verse 8. And then I'm gonna read to 9, but the point is all the way down because it's pretty much going into the prophet Hananiah.
Right.
He was prophesying of peace, but in the end, but in the end of this account, you know what I'm saying?
Proverbs
You know,
25,
Jeremiah pretty much cut into him and let him know that you wasn't sent, and you know he pretty much got judged, man. He pretty much got put to death because he was
Proverbs
prophesying
25
peace.
and 26.
This is Jeremiah 28 and verse 8.
Mhm.
It says the prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence.
Those the standards. It was written within, without, and with what was written in it. Lamentations, mournings, and woes, man. So why is all these leaders out here talking about prosperity? The only time you should be mentioning prosperity when pretty much is dealing with the elect, the obedient children of the nation of Israel. Prosperity is coming for them, is gifted towards those who the Lord has given his name unto. You see?
Yep.
Jacob's trouble is headed to this place, man. And then the nuclear missiles. It's about to be a chaotic and perilous times, man. You got it, bro.
Yeah, it says in verse 9, it says Jeremiah 28 and verse 9, the prophet which prophesied of peace,
Mm-hmm.
when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, have truly sent him. You see? And jumping down to the account where, you know, Jeremiah pretty much got on Hananiah for, you know what I'm saying, handling the word of the Lord deceitfully, man. And he got his fucking mouth stopped. This is Jeremiah 28 and verse 15. And then the point is in 17 because he pretty much got put to death. It says in verse 15, then said the prophet Jeremiah unto Hananiah, the prophet, hear now, Hananiah, the Lord Yahweh hath not sent thee, but thou makest this people to trust in a lie. It says in verse 16, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will cast thee from off the face of the earth, pretty much be put to death. This year thou shalt die, because thou hast taught rebellion against the Lord Yahweh.
Man, hey, and that's pretty much why a lot of these pastors be put down. That's a beautiful point. And then it made me think about that sorcerer where he was trying to do in the book of Acts. That sorcerer was trying to buy the Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
but he was out there doing magic and deceiving the people.
Yeah.
You see? But he was like, man, let me buy this Holy Spirit. Man, you can't. This is not your lot, man. And just because and that shows that's why you can't get it, because you think the Holy Spirit can be bought. And that's a lot of you people, man.
Yeah.
The Lord giving us examples on how nigger with fringes teach the word.
Yeah.
Keyword, niggas with fringes.
Yeah.
Worldly men that black culture demon mindset with fringes on, man. And the Lord teach you how, here it is, what it say? Give me neither poverty nor riches, least I deny thee.
Yeah.
And the Lord giving us examples how when these pastors and these leaders be putting these high, getting billions, like the video said, they getting billions of dollars.
Yeah.
They get millions of dollars to tell lies.
Yeah.
They denying the Lord. You know? Hey, heavy, bro. Hey, you done with that?
And it says in verse 17, it says Jeremiah 28 and verse 17, it says, so Hananiah the prophet died the same year in the 7th month.
Hey, just like that, man. Just like that. I know I told you to get Maccabees, but we gonna sum it up. Just get just get Jeremiah 5. They're among my people I found wicked men. Just get that point. Cause we all know dealing with the book of the Maccabees that that was men that pretty much consented, right, to the Greek ways, man.
Yeah.
And then they tried to persuade others. You know what, Salaki, get the account. Just get it. My bad. Just get it, because it's really heavy.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Because it goes right with the lesson, because that's just pretty much what they was doing, man, persuading people. Get that part, bro.
This is 1 Maccabees 1 and verse 11. It
Mhm.
says, in those days went there out of Israel,
Right.
went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Mhm.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
Oh, since we departed from them, we had much sorrow. So let us make a covenant. Let us compromise our inheritance and what we stand on and forsake the Lord. And let us get down with the Greek culture. Let us get down. Hey, fast forward today. Let us get down being an American citizen with the land of the free. We the people. Red, white, and blue. My president is black. Let us get down with that.
Yeah.
Because since we departed from the heathen culture, and we have been miserable. Men like that gotta go, man. You know? Men like that gotta go. Because those men pervert the minds of those that want to know the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Shema Shah. They want to know their power. You know? Hey, get that joint I told you to get yesterday that we didn't get. You love me, feed my sheep.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm gonna let you just read that straight through. Go ahead, get it, Thorn. Get that precept I called for.
This is Proverbs chapter it was 25 and
26 in the AMP.
this is Proverbs chapter 25 verse 26 and let me get that in the AMP.
Mm-hmm.
It said like a what the word is muddy
Yup, muddy.
like a muddied fountain in a polluted spring.
So like a muddy fountain in a polluted spring. Water supposed to be pure. Even that precept you brought out, you know, to the pure, to the pure, all things are pure. But to those that are defiled, even their conscience and spirit is just pure, is defiled. It's not pure. There's no pure in these people, man. They feeding you that chlorine water that they baptize people in. And not feeding you the true wisdom and knowledge, the true washing of the word, man. That true alkaline, man. Good water, man. That aqua. Alright, you got it, bro.
Like a muddied fountain in a polluted spring is a righteous man who yields and compromise.
No, compromises.
So like a compromise.
Reread it again, started from the top.
This is Proverbs chapter 25 verse 26. Like a muddied fountain in a polluted spring is a righteous man who yields and compromise his integrity before the wicked.
Ooh. He yields. He bowed down.
Yeah.
And then he compromises his integrity, his faith to the wicked. What it say? Sell your soul.
For what do a man gain?
What do a man profit? What
Yeah.
do you gain, man? You gain the whole world, but you lose your soul in the process, man.
Yeah.
You lose your integrity, your moral. You ultimately be judged. You know?
Yeah.
You got a lot of blood on your hands to answer for.
They gotta live with it.
Go ahead, get Psalms 119 verse 14 in the NLT. You got it.
Yeah, that love is thou me.
Mm-hmm.
This is John 21.
Get straight to the point.
John 21 and verse 15, and I'm gonna read to 17. It says in John 21 and verse 15, it says, so when they had dined, Yahweh Shah said to Simon Peter, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me more than these? He saith unto him, yeah, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my lambs. Verse 16, he saith to him again the second time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? He saith unto him, yeah, Lord, thou knowest that I love thee. He saith unto him, feed my sheep. And it says in verse 17, he saith unto him the third time, Simon, son of Jonas, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, thou knowest all things. Thou knowest that I love thee. Yahweh Shah said unto him, feed my sheep.
Told it to him 3 times for understanding, man. 3 means understanding. Feed my sheep. And that's one thing these leaders and pastors don't do. They don't feed the sheep. Neither would they lay down their life for the sheep.
Yeah.
That's why it's an honor, you know, call like Yabashim Shah to be put in a position to actually, you know, teach the elect, man. You know?
Yeah.
What Solomon asked for. Solomon didn't ask for riches, he asked for wisdom.
Yeah.
And because he asked for that, the Lord gave him all things. And what he say? He didn't say just give me wisdom, like it's just so he can just use it and use it to be perverse and use it for filthy lucre. He said, give me wisdom so I can help discern your people,
Yeah, govern
this
people.
great people,
Yeah.
you know? And that's pretty much what we're in the same spirit. Like, hey man, we want this wisdom so that we can discern, so we can know what is real, what is not.
Yeah.
Those that fear the Lord, those that don't.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, how to rule the world.
How to rule the world. Hey, even how to have rule over our own spirit.
Yeah,
Because a man that don't have no rule over his spirit is like a city that's without walls.
yeah,
Because like the scriptures say, they compromise and they give up their integrity. They yield to the enemy and then they give up their integrity, man.
yeah.
Them not leaders. Them not the men you should be following, man. You watch the movie 300. You watch all these movies where men going out to war. They always need their leader to actually fight within them. To fight with them and to also fight for them.
Yeah.
And that's why we here for the elect. Because we fighting for the elect. And Lord willing, hey, we be the elect, man.
Yeah.
You know? We laying our life down for the sheep. You got it, Thorn.
This is Psalms
Then we gonna get
chapter
the close.
119,
Close
verse
on that.
1 in the NLT.
Mhm.
Joyful are people of integrity
Right.
who follow the instruction of the Lord.
Ooh.
Joyful are those who obey his laws and search him with all their hearts.
Right.
They do not compromise with evil.
They
And
do not compromise with evil, man. You see? Hey, start that back over, man. That just came out the gate beautiful, man. Start it back over.
for the one. Or,
Yeah, start it back at 1.
This is Psalms chapter 119, verse 1.
Mhm.
Joyful are people of integrity
Right.
who follow instruction
What
of
is
the Lord.
integrity? What is integrity, brother?
It being, you know, pretty much being honest.
Being honest,
And sincere.
sincere, striving to be perfect,
Yeah.
faith. Thumb. You
Yeah.
got it, brother.
It says, joyful are those who obey his laws
Mm-hmm.
and search for him with all their hearts.
Right.
They do not compromise with evil,
Mhm.
and they walk only in his path.
Right.
You have charged us to keep your commandments carefully.
Right. You have charged us to keep your commandments carefully, man. So going back to the scripture that the brother just read, if you love me, feed my sheep. That's a commandment. That was
Yeah.
an order. Feed them the right way or I'm going to take your candlestick from you, man. And I'm going to have you out here like a reprobate ready to be judged. You know? You got it, Kodash. We're going to close it out.
This is this pretty much goes to the elect, man. You know what I'm saying? Like the elect is gonna do this, but you know these false pastors, hey, you know they're gonna continue to deceive and you know being deceived. It says in Proverbs 14 verse 25, a true witness delivereth souls, but a deceitful witness speaketh lies.
Right. And that's beautiful. You know? I like how you put emphasis on it.
Mhm.
You know, because man, a true witness delivers souls, man. We got a job to do. We serving the King. Ain't no slack, like Pastor Tahar said. Ain't no slack. Ain't no shortcomings. We ain't no slothfulness when it comes to serving the King of the universe, man. You know, but those false witnesses, what would happen to them, Mark?
It says the false witnesses right here. It says in Proverbs 14 and in verse 5 it says a faithful witness will not lie. It's like that's yeah, right here. Proverbs 14 and 25. It says a true witness delivereth souls, but a deceitful witness speaketh lies.
A deceitful witness speaketh lies, man. And when you're lying and you're denying the Lord, get Proverbs 8 in the last verse, 8 and 34. This is the ending result, man.
This is Proverbs 8 and Proverbs 8 and 36.
Yeah, I think it's the last one was out that they hate me.
Yep.
Yep.
It says
You can start at
35.
Yep.
Yep. Favorite. Proverbs 8 and 35. It says, and this is King Solomon, which is, Lord Yahushua, saying the reincarnation. This is Proverbs 8 and verse 35. It says, for whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord Yahweh.
Right. So what you leaders and false prophets got to understand that when you out there teaching, you supposed to be teaching about Yahweh Shah. You supposed to be teaching about that door. You're not supposed to be coming up no other way. You're not supposed to be coming through the back window, the side door. No, you come through that front, that path of difficulty. And you have to teach these things that, hey, when you come to serve the Lord, prepare your soul for temptation.
Yeah.
See, all these things, you have to teach these people the whole role, and you also got to be living it as well, too. There's levels to this thing, baby. You got it out.
And it says in verse 36, Proverbs 8 and 36.
Right.
But he that sinneth against me
Right.
wrongeth his own soul.
Right.
All they that hate me love death.
All they that hate me, that take the money, that teach the word deceitfully. All right. That don't teach the whole road. That's leading our people to destruction. All those that hate me love death, man. What the Lord says is an easy thing to reward a man in the day of death.
Yeah.
It's an easy thing. So that's all we have, man. We're going to give all glory and praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakwadash. A double honors to the elders and the apostles teaching us this truth. Peace and blessings to the elect scattered throughout the four corners, man. Hey, shalom, man.
Shalom.